Welcome to Running's Bullshit. I'm Stuart.
And I'm Amy, and you're listening to the podcast that loves to hate running. This is episode 173, and this week we're talking about doing some proper training. Gosh, what is that? Trail miles, asking for amateur medical advice, and getting stuck in a bog, and toes.
Delicious.
Nice.
Classic subjects there. Everyone has been sending me this week the guy making butter in his backpack as he goes for a run. Now, it seemed to be a thing a little while ago, or I think it was over winter, obviously, I guess when it was cold, of people making ice cream in their backpacks. That seemed to be a thing. Now the cool thing is to make butter. So you get a load of whipping cream, pour it in a bag, double bag it with some ice, stick it in your backpack and go for a run. And by the time you finish, you've got butter. And that it's a thing that a lot of people do. And I'm like, oh, this one I might actually do because butter's nice.
I saw neither of those. I haven't seen the ice cream one either, but this has passed me by. Like, meanwhile, I'm watching some woman in like a full professional work outfit do her couch 5K, and there's people making butter. I didn't know that.
But I guess your vegan algorithm is blocking that for you.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of makes sense because I don't know much about butter or ice cream, but you got to churn it, haven't you? Both of those. I think.
That's pretty much what it is. This is almost one. It's almost one I might be tempted. I've never made butter, but this is almost one I might be tempted to do at some point.
I don't know. It just seems like, and I know obviously it's going to be in a bag or it's in multiple bags, but just against somebody's sweaty back while they run, it still kind of grosses me out. Sweaty bag butter.
Sweaty bag butter.
Yeah, not a fan.
Well, I think that's possibly the name of the episode sorted already. Lovely. Thank you so much. There's not actually that much to catch up with from the last episode directly, apart from a couple of physios taken aback at being called bullshit in the episode title. And to be honest, I'm surprised we never used that one before because we slag off physios a lot because they're terrible people. And
you know what? The amount you charge, yeah, sure. You can dry your tears with your £50 notes that you've got in a shoebox under your bed. Like, you know, okay. Not much sympathy, I'm afraid.
Physio schmizio. Amy, what have you been up to?
Nothing exciting. I've had some more normal runs. I'm really sorry. Sorry, guys. I've just had normal runs. You know why?
We had a good few weeks.
Yeah, it's because I stopped using plotter route. I need to use plotter route really to generate content. It's because I just started plotting my routes using Strava, which is the far superior method. So yeah, nothing crazy has happened, just some normal training runs. I was supposed to, I can't remember how many miles I was supposed to do last week, but I did a mile under what I was supposed to do last week. But then this week, I did 18 miles, and next week is 20 miles. Like, I'm actually training. I think I've done all my long runs. This training block, is that what people say, a training block?
Amy's got, you haven't got a training block.
In this training block,
ridiculous.
I've done all my long runs. I've done them all, which is, I haven't done them all, touch wood, I haven't 20 miles next week, but yeah, which seems insane to me. Who am I? I've had a go with my new watch. I've got a new watch. I've actually had the new watch for over a month, but I always get this thing with new technology where I get really stressed about setting it up. Not because I can't.
That's the best bit.
Not because I can't set it up, because I get overwhelmed with new things. So if I get a new phone, I get so stressed. And I'm on a contract, so you know when my contract runs out, I get a new phone. So like I think it's every 3 years. Cause I'm not that, you know, I'm poor. Every 3 years, I have a new phone, and I always keep it in the box for ages because I'm so stressed about setting up this new phone and having something new. So I did the same with the watch, but I got it out. So it's Coros still. It's a Coros Pace 3, which is like, I think Coros do the Pace, and then is it the Apex? And the Apex is the really fancy one, and the Pace is like, I won't say cheap. It is cheaper, but it's not a cheap running watch.
Yeah, I got the Pace Pro.
Oh yeah, because there's another one in between. But the Pace 3, like, it's good. So my first Coros watch is actually the really fancy one. It's an Apex, I think. It's one of the fancier ones. So, but I got the Pace, and it just does the job. It's actually really good. The navigation's really good. So my old Coros watch is probably about 4 or 5 years old now. I've had it for quite a while. And the navigation on this is far better because it actually gives you good warning for when turns are coming up. So on my old Coros watch, unless somebody had put into the route the turns, if that makes sense, so an alert, unless somebody had set on the GPX file an alert to go off to tell you of the turns, the watch wouldn't do that. But on the Pace, and I'm sure the other newer Chorus watches as well, it will beep and it will say a turn is coming up. I'm like, fantastic. I'm probably not going to get as lost as I once did. So yeah, I really do like it. It's a good watch. Battery seems good. The plugs in. It seems to plug in fine.
Yes, it does. Do you get one of those little extra things that you plug into the watch and then plug a cable into that?
No, I didn't. But the cable it came with, it just plugs into the slot. It fits the slot. You just plug it in. There's no like putting it at an angle. It clicks. There's like a little click when you put it in. But it's fastened to the watch. It's connected to the watch. So I will say, I mean, once there's loads of dirt and sweat in this thing, maybe not so much. But yeah, the charging cable, our biggest bugbear with Coros, the charging cable seems to click into place and seems to work. So
now with the Pro, and I think also my girlfriend's just got the Apex 4, same thing. You get this little kind of dongle thing. It kind of comes on a little key ring with a little rubber housing, and then you kind of pop the plastic bit out. So you plug that into the watch. And then you plug a USB-C into that. And I just kind of think, couldn't they have just made a USB-C cable with this end to plug straight into the... Well, I guess perhaps they're thinking that, everyone's already got USB-C cables. We don't need to create another cable. I'm like, yeah, okay. But now you've given me this little tiny thing, just like the size of an AirPod or like a small AirPod, which means I'm going to lose it. Yeah. So you plug it into this little rubber bit, which has got a key ring. I'm like, I'm not going to put that on my keys. I'm not going to carry around my watch charger that I need every 8 or 9 days.
That's weird. They just need to...
It's a strange one.
Yeah, they just need to give you a cable. Like this one came with a cable. With that,
yeah, because like a cable, it's less likely to lose than a little thing that's like an inch long.
That's really weird. Or
plastic. I just feel like that's going to drop down something. I'm going to lose that at some point. Absolutely.
Or just make it a standard. There must be a reason with watches why they don't make it. What's that? What did you just say? The little USB-C. Yeah, there must be a reason why they don't do that, but I don't understand why they don't. Because everything else has that. Like my head torch and everything has. That's the charging thing. That's the charging.
Yeah, I suppose the head torch usually has a little rubber cover over it. Perhaps on a watch, you can't put a rubber cover over it. You can't keep stuff out of it. And USB-C end, you can't keep dry or something like that. So it has to, I don't know, something like that. Yes. But I just feel like a cable with that end on would have been more useful than an extra dongle, which I'm going to lose.
Definitely.
Then I guess I'm going to have to buy more dongles from them. So that's probably why.
Yeah, that's why they've got you. So yes.
Also, I cannot relate to you about new technology. Like, I have to get that out of the box straight away. I have to fiddle with it. I want to go through all the settings. I'm fiddling with that whole thing. Yeah. I cannot leave it. That's the best bit about having a new thing.
Honestly, if I get a new phone, it's a week off work, and I don't mean annual leave. I mean on the sick. You know, like it's. Yeah. I have a complete mental breakdown. I can't handle it, and I'm like almost crying, and Freya's having to help me sort of update this phone, and I've lost half the files. And it's not like I'm bad with technology. I'm just so stressed about new things, about getting new things. I even like getting a new diary. Stresses me out, man.
What a life.
I know, but the watch is sorted. I'm glad I did it. It took me way too long. For some reason, it always says it's 50 degrees Celsius. Where would it ever be 50 degrees Celsius? I'm not sure, but it's stuck on that. It thinks it's always 50 degrees. So
that was a weird thing about Coros. Like my old Coros watch had a thermometer in it, and it would give you like your on wrist temperature, which is kind of useless because it's like the temperature of something that's pressed against your wrist inside a sleeve. That's a useless temperature, and they got rid of it for a little while for that reason, because they said it's not really that useful. And now they've just brought it back and been like, hey, now it's got a thermometer.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
So what?
I think this is actually, for this, because you get the different watch faces, I think this is trying to tell me the actual weather outside. So I don't know where it's getting 50 degrees from. I don't know anywhere, apart from, I think, wasn't it like 50 degrees in like India and Australia a few years ago and people died? Like, where is it 50 degrees?
I just assume the middle of Australia is always 50 degrees.
So I don't know what that's about, but, not something I'm really interested in anyway. So yeah, enough about my watch. That's it really. That's a couple of weeks. Normal runs, nothing to report on. Once I finish training for this ultra, maybe I'll just do some random plotter routes just for the content really. Hopefully, so I've got something to contribute. Anyway, what have you been up to, Stuart?
Well, I said before I had cross country to do. I said I wouldn't really go on about it too much, but as it turns out, the cross country was fucking awful. It was great. By that I mean it was the worst course, the hardest course we've ever faced in Park Primbach, just kind of south of the Brecon Beacons. Really hilly course. I think we did 8k, and it was a couple of 100 meters elevation, which for cross country is pretty rough. And it was mud. It was proper mud. the whole way round. Not like wet, splashy mud. Like I've seen a lot of ones where I've seen people like, just through streams and completely covered head to toe in like wet, soaking wet rain and mud. The weather was decent. This was just like ankle deep mud basically the whole way. No traction, no grip anywhere. The only grip you had was basically by trying to step in other people's footprints to get less, because you squashed through less mud. But it was so bad, and I really loved it. And actually, it seems most people by the end really enjoyed it. A few people did not enjoy it. I did see a clubmate fall over, and I did that thing of like laughed, pulled my phone out, but it's the way she hit the ground, and there was just a second or so of pause, and you could kind of see her going before she just very slowly pulled herself back up and carried on. There was no laughter, there was no anger. It was just kind of a deep sadness in her of just like, what the fuck am I doing? And I was just like, okay, perhaps I won't joke about that. And then I, within a couple of minutes, when I was supporting, fell over myself because it was that slippery. Because I just had my like really old trail shoes on before putting my actual like race shoes on, and they had no grip because they're really old. And so I fell over and I was completely covered. My hands were then covered in mud, so I had no choice but to kind of just wipe them on my hoodie and my trousers. So I was covered head to toe in mud as well before the race had even started. God. And it's just so hard because even though, there was sections there with long downhills, and that's where I usually do quite well because I can kind of throw myself down those. But I couldn't run. It was just unrunnable sections pretty much because I just don't know how you could go faster through sticky ankle deep mud. It just made no sense. And then there was lots of hills and then loads of laps, and it was awful. But everyone, I think it was one of those that it was so bad everyone just had no choice but to enjoy it because it's so bad. You can't really run fast. So fuck it. It was like, do I track this as a trail run or a workout? Because it was like a leg session. It was more than anything. It was just resistance training. It was pretty bad. I ended up finishing in the top 5 for my club, which means I was in the A team. So I scored points for the A team, and our A team this year won the division. So basically I won the division. I am a division winning cross country runner, which is great for me. I mean, it's bad for my club that I was in the top 5. That should never be the case again. Let's hope we can resolve that. But I have won the division this year. So the weird dinner plate we get next year as a prize, competitions and divisions have like trophies or plates. This is literally a plate,
like a ceramic.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like a big silver platter like, the Wimbledon thing.
Has
or
it got a picture of like
Shield.
Diana in the middle and stuff?
Sadly not. That would be lovely. It's just, got like the cross country league logo and, division whatever champions. But I'm like, this is just a plate from IKEA or something. It's kind of weird. But now we've got a couple of those. That's nice. And I won the division is what I'm saying. After that, I took a day off work to go and do a track session because I think that's the kind of person I am now. I just thought that would be fun. As it turns out, I couldn't actually book the track till 4:30, so there's actually no reason for me to take the day off at all. But, why not? I want to take a day off. And I did the Michigan workout. If you haven't done that, you should look it up. It's very fun. It took me an hour, and I did about 12K. Ended up being about 27 laps of the track. God. And it's just a constant... there's no rest period. The rest period is like 3 minutes jog between everything. So I end up doing shitloads of running at kind of various paces and dodging rugby balls the whole time as well because a load of rugby lads, it was at Cardiff Met University, so all the rugby lads were out on the middle of the track playing rugby, and just rugby balls are like flying across the track every now and then. To be fair, they were pretty good. They seemed kind of on it of, there's signs up everywhere being like, if you're using the 3G, you don't go in lanes 1 or 2. And I think they're quite well drilled, but occasionally, there were stray balls flying across and things. I did get to shout track at a couple of people. That's good fun when you're on the track and you need people to get out of the way. Track! I quite enjoyed that. It made me feel like a big man. And then people go out of my way. So I enjoyed that. And it's something I'm going to do again soon because it was quite a nice way. It's nice to have a day off and might as well use that to do a bit of running.
So was it actually sort of on the Cardiff Met campus? Do you have to go in and book? Do you have to book it through the university then? Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have to pay
just
for
go
it?
And book it online. Yeah. Although the gates just open, you can just kind of go there and around there. I'm sure no one would ask.
There we go. You heard it here first.
Yeah. But it's interesting because there's loads of like, students or just other runners there as well doing their own sessions. And it's always kind of interesting. You kind of see them and you're like, I wonder what session they're doing because they're doing some weird sessions. I think one of them on Strava did, it says, view group, it thought I was running with them. So I could go on like his workout. I was just looking at what this guy was doing. It's quite interesting. But I like that my hard sessions were the same pace as his easy laps. So I'm going around as like whatever hard pace I'm trying to do, and he's just like jogging around in lane 5 at basically the same pace on his rest. It's like, yeah, whatever. Good for you.
I follow like some of the, like, I think it was through like the Nike Run Club initially, but some of the people I follow on Strava are like at university, like as athletes, like running athletes. And they'll just go for like an 18-mile run, and they'll be doing literally like 5-minute miles the whole time. And I'm like, fucking hell. How?
Yeah, good runners are weird, aren't they?
Yeah, insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, anyway, you can support this podcast. You can go to patreon.com/runningisbullshit, and you can donate some money every month if you want. And there's no one new that's done that this month. Thank goodness. You know what? This month is actually a very rare month. I wish there was a few more names because I quite enjoyed this song. Surprised it's taken this long to do it, but here it is. Here's everyone that gave us money this month. Sherry Grubbs, Edit Line, Nikki Genders, Eddie Nichols, A.P. Len Martin, Samantha Laughlin, Bill Victoria, Magnus J. Elizabeth Reese, Debbie Hurley, Francis Howell, Amanda Murray, Hyde Raymond Quinn, Steve Robson, Brian Simpson, Victoria Dick, Bob Larry, Warren Graham Hackland, Taryn Milligan, Sandra Heinzer, Gabby Thomas Nair, David Irwin, Drew Edwards, Victoria Cousins, Daniel Braun, Mark Willis, Anthony Howe, Tony Bates, Ian Thompson, Charlie Ember, Matt Jesse, Oski, Neil Denton, Steve Big, Paul Hibbert, Gail Seal, Erica Varus, Matt Lee, Salis Newstead, Matt Jones, Tony Boyle, Acoustic, Carl, Chris Whitmore, Matt Newbury, David Yellowmack, Teetle Cat Williams, Tom Alcock, Tony Howes, Matt Burrows, Maria Wicks, H.P. Claire, Dina, Kath Everard, Andy Robbins, Christoph Minnicksoff, Kat Abigail Hartman, Jenny Tamasebi, Charlie Nevis, Cheryl Current, Leewood, Lisa Gibbon, Matt Caffin, Richard Skirm, Stuart Stephen, J. Howells, Ruth Perkins, Elizabeth Shaban, Dewi, Nicky Jones, Jason Spinks, Ian Hales, Karen Blay, Shambolic Adult, Matt H, Matt Garner, Mike Gascoigne, Fergus, Ruth KP, Erin Shaw, Spencer Aldred, Angela Foster Swales, Julia Page, Rachel Bullmore, Karen Hamilton, Kevin Scott, Martin Kaplan, Ken Smith, Penny Simpson.
On to your messages. Don't forget to get in touch with your Running Bullshit on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Just search Running is BS and let us know why you particularly hate running this week.
First up is Mike Gascoigne. He says, my BS is Hallux limitus, aka big toe arthritis. Just say big toe arthritis. No one wants to
That's
hear
like a death metal band name, isn't it? Big toe arthritis. You know, like
I thought Hallux limitus is a bit of a, sounds a bit Harry Potter to me.
Yeah. It's a spell.
Mike says, been slowly getting worse for a few years, and having seen both an NHS and private specialists, both have been hugely unhelpful. Both had a similar opinion of, you've got very little cartilage left, bone spurs forming, just stop running, maybe some injections that may or might not help, and then a fusion surgery at some point. Oh, great options, all of those. Having tried to research online myself, that always works, and join a few support groups on Facebook, it seems both the injections and the operation have hugely varying feedback and results. The BS isn't the condition itself, it's the struggle to find any help or advice that is supportive and constructive. If anyone has recommendations, I'm all ears. Well, this is the place to do it, because if you're looking for help and advice that's supportive and constructive, this is the podcast for you.
And all the physios have left now, so it's just us.
Yeah. But they don't know anything anyway. We know more than them. We know our own bodies. He continues, it currently is mildly uncomfortable a lot of the time, a little more uncomfortable when walking, and very uncomfortable to mildly painful when and after running. Tried carbons, which are meant to help, but other than just cracking on and dealing with the pain and discomfort, no. Tried carbons, which are meant to help. Other than that, just cracking on and dealing with the pain and discomfort. Sorry, not sorry for a long moany post. Thanks. Not that long. We've had much moany. We've moaned a lot more than that, so don't worry about it at all.
Yep. Have you tried getting a stick, waving it and saying, Hallux limitus, and pointing it at your toe?
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a go, isn't it?
Yeah. Has anyone tried that yet on your support groups? I think not. I think you should have a go.
Yeah, good idea. I worry I'm going to go down this same kind of road. My big toe's been bad for a while. I know it's because my feet are flat, and so my toe bends at a weird angle, which is kind of degrading like the outside of the joint, which is why I wear insoles. And because I haven't done anything about it other than wear insoles, I feel like this is probably a road I'm going down. So thanks for my future there, Mike.
Yeah. I feel that my feet will just get messed. I feel like, people say, oh, well, running's good for you and all this, but once you go over a certain amount of running, a certain amount of mileage and stuff like that, I don't actually think it's good for you. I think most of us will probably end up like this.
Just thinking then, like, when most people give up on running and start doing ultras, what are you going to do when you give up? What's your next plan? Yeah.
Well, this is like a spoiler alert for...
So I feel like you gave up almost immediately with running. Like, you spent 6 months running, and then we're like, nah, fuck this.
I spent longer than 6 months. I spent a good few years running. I spent most of my 20s running before I went into doing ultras. And then I think the next thing is I've signed up for some group walks, like me and the oldies going for a walk. Yeah. So I think that might be the next
with
thing.
Other people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pay a fiver.
That's
it's
some
like
personal growth there.
Yeah, like a guided walk where you go on a walk and they tell you about things. So I think basically I'm getting slower and slower. So I've gone from like a running pace to a shuffling pace, and it will be a walking pace eventually.
You'd be a rambler.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what I think I'm going to be.
Nice.
That'll
It's
be
nice
the
to have
next
that
thing.
lined up.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. It's nice to have that kind of a little plan for yourself.
Yeah, but get my face known first in the rambling circles in South Wales, so I can just sort of slot in there when I'm ready.
Then you get all the gossip from like Pauline and Tricia.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the real reason I'm going. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was going to say what's coming up next, but it's not happening. It's in April. There's like a walking festival that's happening in Chepstow in April, in various walks across a weekend in Monmouthshire. So I've signed up for 2 of them, £5. I signed up for them actually because they're in areas that I want to run, but I daren't use plot a route again. So and they're all about 7 miles long. So I thought actually I'm going to get the route. I'm going to walk the route with them, and then I can go back and run it whenever I please. So yeah. But anyway, that's by the by. So yeah, rambling is my next thing. Rambling is my current thing, actually. So Ruth Perkins says, my absolute bullshit came out of the blue. I took it easy at Flint Castle Parkrun. Always best take it easy at Flint Castle Parkrun, I always say. Before heading to the wonderfully muddy and hilly Standish Hall 10K trail race, where I comfortably got a course PB. Next day was where things went wrong. Halfway through Stockport Trail Half Marathon. How many races are you doing? What are you on about next day?
Just back to back. Yeah, it's fine.
Halfway through Stockport Trail Half Marathon, I stopped to adjust my lace, and as I calmly bent over, I broke my index toe. What? Yeah, probably because you're doing all these things back to back. I literally heard it snap and felt a wave of pain. Of course, I finished the race, and tried to ignore my toe ever since. What?
Well, that is safest.
Also, what's an index toe?
I guess it's like your index finger. I guess it's like your second toe. But I've never heard it called an index toe, but I kind of know what it means because there's an index finger. I guess it's your second toe.
I guess so.
But just to bend down and just to hear your toe snap from bending down is so fucking weird.
Oh, that is like a nightmare, isn't it? I probably wouldn't ignore it if it's your index toe, especially. I feel like that's quite important. If it was your little
because
toe,
if you're pointing at things with that,
Yeah,
if you're using it to do up buttons.
Which piggy is it? Is it the piggy that went to market, or no? It stayed at home. You definitely need to go and sort that one out. Yeah, if it was your little toe, I'd be like, sod it. There's not that. It's not doing much anyway, is it? But your index toe, yeah. I feel like
just a toe snapping from nothing. I can't get over that. That's just like everyone's new fear unlocked. It's like, watch out, guys. If you're going for a run, if you bend over at any point to do laces, your toe might just snap.
God. But then somebody's going to look at this and say, "Well, you did a really muddy." muddy trail run or whatever it was, and Standish Pool 10K, and Yeah, they'll probably say it's too much. Too much.
I don't think that should make your toes break, though.
Probably not. No, probably not.
I mean, there's something. Yeah, I don't think I feel like that's not something you should know. You should, like, for the thing itself. Yeah, okay, the actual break. Yeah, don't worry about that. But like, there might be something underlying there. You might want to get checked.
Yeah,
toes shouldn't break.
Yeah, your bones shouldn't just snap. Like yeah.
Anyway, next up, Michaela Korazek says, currently on my 4th physio and we're still playing Guess That Injury! Yay! Woo! Oh, what a game show. That would be great fun. At this point, I feel like a limited edition mystery box. Ooh. No one knows what's inside, but it definitely hurts. I've cancelled races. I'm on first name terms with resistance bands, and my foam roller and I are in a toxic relationship. It's the only relationship that they know. If anyone needs me, I'll be crying in the corner. Aww.
We need more
See,
details.
Proving our point,
though,
physios don't know what they're talking about.
No, exactly. We need more details. What are the symptoms? What's going on? Maybe we can help.
I'm pretty sure we could. Yeah, we could probably figure it out.
Is anything snapped? Is anything broken? Helen Patricia says, I did a trail half with bonus miles and added pointless hills up and down for no reason. Standard. I should have known better when I saw who had entered it. It was part of the Gothland Marathon route. I hate the Gothland route, me too. But I couldn't tell from the map where it went.
Don't get me started about the Gothland route. Oh.
It had steep drops and all sorts. I came second to last. I ran out of fucks. I cried. I was with a friend who was so good to put up with me. I refused to go into the village hall to get my medal. I felt I did not deserve it. Oh no. Oh, I said no more trail runs ever. To refuse to go into the hall to get your medal.
I don't deserve a medal. You get one, not for me.
My friend got my medal for me. It was lovely. That's a very good friend. Oh. I have signed up for another trail race. Oh, God.
Okay.
I better build up another fuck bucket. P.S. P.S. The race company were brilliant. It was me that had the problem with the route. It sounds like it.
It does. I do like the phrase, I better build up another fuck bucket.
Yeah.
I think that's, a lot of us need that.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of times you've got to give a lot of fucks at some point.
But also you've got to get to the end and be like, I don't give a shit, I want this medal, like I don't care where I came, I'm having this medal. That's got to be the attitude rather than you don't deserve it. Say I do deserve it.
Ooh, some foreshadowing on the news later.
Yeah. We also had a message from Samantha Hopkins, who was enjoying her brand new pair of roller skates and thought even in her 40s couldn't have forgotten how to do it. She was doing well, but eventually and inevitably fell backwards and put her arms out to stop the fall, but broke her wrist doing so. But it's okay, because despite being in plaster for 6 weeks, her marathon is in 7 weeks, so everything will be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's absolutely fine. Roller skates. Enjoying your brand new pair of roller skates. Who was it who went in? Who was it? Ages. I could still see the image in my head. They went on like honeymoon, and like their partner went like to like a roller skating meet or something. I don't know why it's tickled me.
Just a totally normal thing to do.
Yeah.
I just imagine running along for the marathon with like one little white, withered, wrinkly wrist. Just like flopping around. One arm doing all the work and the other arm just like flailing around. With that kind of, as you run past, you get that kind of, the smell of a wrist that's been in plaster for 6 weeks.
Don't.
Slightly mouldy skin.
Oh, God.
Withered away.
Ugh.
That's what you get for trying new things.
Yeah, that's what we get for roller skating.
We had a message from Melissa Bonner-Williams, who said, people who walk several dogs together off the lead is BS. We experienced this on our trail route with our group at the weekend. The dogs, to be fair, were lovely and milling around our group as we ran past them on the path, and we had no issues with them. As normal, with excitable young Springer Spaniels, they were mad and zigzagging all over the path and definitely not sticking to one side. The owners, who were definitely not lovely, then proceeded to shout, "Don't run over our fucking dogs! Will you walk? Will you just walk, not run?" Several of the group did tackle their rudeness head on and told them to wind their necks in. My view my view is if you can't control your dogs, then keep them on a lead or they're likely to run into a runner, and why then is it the runner's problem? This also occurred on the same path as the push I received from the park runner, so maybe I should just avoid running it.
That is absolutely insane. Like, why... I've never heard of, like, dog owners, like, blaming runners for nearly running over their dogs that are clearly off the lead.
Yeah, to say, like, you should stop running and walk because my dogs are running round. I'm like, no, your dog should be out of the way.
Oh, my God. It's only happened a couple of times, but usually Pippin is on the lead in most situations. But, you sometimes let your dog off the lead where you're not expecting to see a runner at all, and then a random runner will come by. I think only twice she's, like, run up to them, and she's just excited, she just wants to play, but I am so apologetic. I'm like, oh my goodness, I am so, so sorry, because, my dog should be under control, and I wouldn't purposefully let her run over to anyone. It's only happened, like, twice, but each time I've been so apologetic. It was funny, when I was out today, so normally when dogs come over to me, I want to say hello to them. Like, I like dogs anyway. If they start jumping at me, I get a bit pissed off, but yeah, so there's a dog today that like was sort of wagging its tail looking at me, and I was like, hello, like that, and the owner was like, for goodness sake, Pierre, come back here, like that. And he was like walking so around. I was like, I'm just saying hello, and I felt like it was my fault then for saying hello to the dog. He's like, for God's sake, Pierre, here, like that. I was like,
I like when people they talk to their dogs like that. Like, I've told you before. This is, you're supposed to come back. Like the dog doesn't understand you. You know they don't understand you. Come on.
I felt really bad because Pierre only came over because I said hello to him. He was being good, and I was like, hello. Like
quite often they come up and they're being really cute, and you're like, hi there, and you're like clearly really happy to see them. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm clearly having a good time with your dog.
No, Pierre's gonna be really told off when he gets home. He was getting told off outside, so poor Pierre.
He's going to sit down and have a good lecture.
I know.
Look, we have been through this a dozen times already.
Oh, but yeah. Right. I've had an email from Andy Smythe who says, whilst on holiday recently in the Scottish Highlands, I decided to head out on my own and do a long circular route, which gave me an opportunity to look at the Bothy, a remote mountain shelter of which there are many scattered all over Scottish Highlands, all free to use, situated at roughly halfway. A few kilometres into the run, I had what can only be described as a triple fuck moment where I slipped, first fuck, put my pole down to steady myself, which promptly snapped, second fuck, and then hit the floor hard, third fuck.
I mean, you could only describe that as a triple fuck moment.
Yeah.
Any normal person, that's how they would describe that.
Exactly. I lay on the floor for a few seconds whilst an internal damage report came to the conclusion I wasn't hurt. I slowly got up, dusted myself off, and carried on. Before too long, I arrived at the Bothy, where I stopped to get out of the rain, have a bite to eat, and a good explore of the building. Whilst doing so, and despite having had a very successful trip to the toilet before I left, Colin...
Oh, God.
Colin, the brown caterpillar, decided he wanted to make an unscheduled appearance.
Fucking hell, Andy.
Oh, my goodness. Fortunately for me, while most toilet facilities in Bothies consist of a spade, this one had the luxury of an outbuilding with a clean composting toilet. I was in heaven. I let myself in, completed the task, went to open the door, only to find it locked from the outside. I was well and truly stuck, as the latch on the outside of the door had somehow fallen, completely locking me in. Who designed this?
Runner's nightmare.
I know. Having read the visitor's book for the Bothy earlier, the last guest was 4 days ago, and it wasn't very likely that anyone would be coming to rescue me anytime soon. My phone was outside in my bag, and I was quickly coming to the conclusion that the only option was to try and force my way out. The only problem was that the proximity of the door was so close to me, getting any power to kick the door wasn't possible, forcing me to turn around and donkey kick the door, eventually managing to get it open. Putting my back out in the process, I hobbled the remaining 15k home, glad to not be spending the night trapped inside a Bothy toilet. Falling over and getting stuck in a toilet, definitely bullshit. That is bullshit. That
really is. That's nightmare stuff, isn't it? To be like in the middle of nowhere, to know there's no one coming for days, you've got no phone on you, and you are locked in a tiny toilet with your own poo.
Oh my God. Yeah. Composting toilet and everything.
But you got out. We're very glad about that.
You donkey kicked the shit out of that door, yeah. Jesus.
It's a good skill to have. Good experience. No, I think that you said the designer. I think there was something in the email as well. I might have cut about there was a latch on the outside, just prevent it kind of flapping around in the wind. So I think there was some kind of latch which had then fallen, which I guess probably shouldn't do.
Yeah.
I guess it probably might be from the inside as well, but it might have, the inside outside bit might have broken. But that is horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, next email starts. Hi, Amy and Stuart. How's it hanging? I mean, straight off, I don't like that. That's put me off. I don't like this email already. How's it hang? Who says that? Come on.
Hey dudes, how's it hanging?
Yo. I haven't run since June last year when I broke my ankle, followed by some major abdominal surgery, not related to the ankle, in October. My physio has given me a list of things I need to be able to do before I can start running again. Out of the 14 or so requirements, I can do maybe 3 or 4. Some of them I'm baffled by. Some of them I couldn't do in 2012 when I first started running. I'm now fearing I will never run again. This isn't too bad, as I have a car to get me places, and I have zero desire to run any more marathons. Good for you. However, my Great Love Park run can be fraught with danger as a walker. I've been told I'm walking too slowly, been overtaken by the tail walker and left behind, almost got to the finish to find it packed away, and worst of all, told by my boyfriend that I look like the pigeon lady from Home Alone. I'm not sure how related that is. I don't know if that was a big part of the thing that she used to walk 5k slowly. I don't think that was in the film. I can't remember. I've not seen it for a very long time. She says, do I listen to the physio, ignore the physio, or buy some pigeons? Yours in anticipation, Claire Allison, a.k.a. Pigeon Lady. I think she's made her decision. P.S. Someone keeps leaving the fridge open at work and spoiling the yogurts.
This is a wild ride, this email. God.
This is why I left this one to last, because I think we needed to build up to it.
I want to know what the physio is asking you to do. Are they just asking you to literally stretch, or is it really bizarre? Like, is it like, you've got to do a handstand?
Oh, there was an image. Hang on a sec. There was some pelvic floor stuff, some single leg balance, forward bounds, hop on the spot, single leg running man.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's the old opposite arm and hip flexion. So I think some of those kind of stuff. Single leg bridges, side lying hip abduction. That kind of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like the way you're being told you can't run until you can do all of these things, and being like, shit, I've never been able to do all these things. So what do they know?
Very true. Very true. Oh my goodness. I mean, the obvious answer is to not do any of those things and just go running again.
Just start running again at the same kind of pace and distance that you always used to.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Also, that's how slow are you walking park run? We need to work out whose side we're on here. How slow is it?
I mean, in theory, it shouldn't matter how slow you're walking a park run. Your tail walker shouldn't be a dickhead and leave you behind.
But are you taking 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a bit much, to be fair.
Yeah. Because you're stopping to pet the pigeons or something.
Yeah, I don't know how quick the pigeon lady from Home Alone was. I don't think that was ever actually in the script. It might just be some fan fiction.
Hasn't she got are you dressed as the pigeon lady from Home Alone?
I remember nothing of a pigeon lady from Home Alone.
I'm going to look now what she looks like. Okay. Are you dressed like this on your walk? Because she's got a hat on, she's got a coat, she's got all her gloves on. Is that what...
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the photos now.
For the walk?
Like a Victorian woman selling, I don't know, scraps of string or something.
I don't know. Oh, this email is freaking me out a bit. There's too many things going on. But
yeah.
Yogurts at work. Don't worry about it. Don't bring yogurts in yourself. Let them sort themselves out. Don't stay out of that drama.
You could put a passive aggressive note on the fridge. Please do not leave the fridge open. Thank you. In really capital letters and underlined the thank you, just to let really people know that you're thanking them.
I would stay out of that. I would have something that doesn't need to go in the fridge. And I would just stay out of that whole drama. Let them leave the fridge open if they want. More for them.
Okay. Good advice. Thank you, Amy. When I posted up on Facebook, I did say, because I've got a load of multifunctional neck tubes knocking around my house still. I want to get rid of some. I said I'd give the one to the best story. Amy, what's the best story?
I'm sorry, but it's got to be the getting stuck in the toilet and donkey kicking it. Surely.
Yeah, my first instinct was broken toe, just for the sheer drama of it.
Yeah,
but I think getting stuck in a toilet is very funny.
Yeah.
It's very us, let's face it.
Yeah, I mean, they were all good. They were all good in different ways. The first one had body horror and was gruesome. The second one was like, it was like a folly, wasn't it? It was just like a series of unfortunate events. And then the third one was just surreal, like utterly bizarre. Twists and turns. We didn't know what was happening. It was like it's like a David Lynch movie. It was just a pigeon lady appeared. Like,
it was just mental.
So they're all good in their own ways, but I think getting stuck in a toilet, has to be the winner.
Okay, we'll be in touch with Andy Smythe and we'll send a buff. Hopefully, it might come in useful if you ever get stuck in a toilet again.
Yes, true.
Speaking of being stuck in that doesn't work. We're partnered with Bird and Blend Tea, and that means we'll tell you which tea we're drinking. If you like the sound of it, you can go to runningisbs.com/tea, click on those links and buy some of that tea and drink it if you want. Amy, what are you drinking?
Still working my way through the matchas from my advent calendar. I had the Raspberry Ripple matcha, which has to be one of my favourites. It's a very, very nice matcha. Normally I'd have it with a bit of oat milk. Haven't got any oat milk, so I've just had it without the milk, and it's still very nice. Still
having
very
it straight.
Sweet. I know. On the rocks, or not on the rocks, but
you're raw dog and matcha.
I am, but it's already very creamy, so you don't actually need the milk. Okay. It's very tasty, very sweet, very nice. I like that one. How about you?
I'm having tea illegal in Denmark. That's how fucking cool and rogue I am. I'm having Jammy Dodger tea. Because it's got ashwagandha in it, and that has been outlawed in Denmark.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Which is quite interesting. I had a quick look up. Basically, it's because they looked at lots of old... They didn't do any new research. They looked at lots of old research, came to the conclusion that it's possible it may affect testosterone levels and thyroid, and couldn't conclude there was a safe dose for it. So that's basically why. It's because they can't figure out what a safe dose is. So they've just said, you can't have it.
I mean, I told the story on the podcast a while ago when I overdosed on ashwagandha, and it was weird. It was bizarre. I thought I was having like a mental breakdown. So it
might fuck your thyroid. So good news.
Yeah, well, yeah, it should be illegal. Why is it in Jammy Dodger tea?
I've no idea.
Do you feel calm though?
No.
Oh, okay. Need more of it then. It needs to be a high dose.
Can never be calm doing this fucking podcast. Jesus. I'm right on the edge.
It's the bullshit running news. Okay, first up, headline: Runner enters drain to help stranger retrieve keys in Derbyshire.
This is a news story.
This is a news. It's BBC News. It's BBC News.
Woman helps someone retrieve keys.
You've got to, as well, you've got to go and you've got to look at the article because it's great. Like, she just fits into this drain. I often think, do you ever think, like, when you're walking past a drain, or what if I drop my keys in there? What would I do? That's what I always think. Well, this is what we can do. Yeah,
the top of my drive in the house where I grew up, there was one of these drains, and my sister dropped the keys down that drain at one point. And, like, so for years afterwards, like every time I'm coming home, my hand is in my pocket holding onto my keys when I stepped over that drain. I think that stayed with me after I moved out for years. Like, I would hang on to my keys approaching the front door because it was so ingrained in me. Do not drop your fucking keys.
We've got like
because we didn't have runners then, to go retrieve them for us.
No, we have like a storm drain thing on our driveway. So yeah, I think about it every day. But I love the picture because you can see there's like a few sticks scattered around, a piece of string. Like they've tried other options. It's like a good stick though. So the stick in the picture is like an L shape. So I imagine that was like they saw that and they thought, oh, okay, we can do it.
Look at the gunge on the end of it.
Yeah, we can get it out. Yeah, so a jogger lowered herself down into a street drain to help a stranger rescue her house keys. So Lizzie Hollywell halted her run when she spotted the distressed woman who was in her late 60s by the roadside. And the mother of three, I love how they got so much detail on this runner. The mother of three tried to grab the keys with her bare toes.
Oh.
I'd be like, it's all right, I'll call a locksmith. Before a passing tradesman used magnetic rods to successfully return the keys to the owner. Oh, yeah. So it wasn't
that's
the
how
runner.
That's how you get keys out of a drain.
I can kind of see the logic. When I saw the picture, I was thinking, how's she going to get the keys? Because the picture is like her whole lower half.
Feeling around in a drain with her bare toes. That is not safe, Lizzie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's horrible. further down it does say she fished out a pen, bits of metal, rocks and leaves from the, quote, big mush, but she could not locate the keys. It's quite embarrassing now I actually talk about it, she laughed. Yeah, that's horrible. Why are you just reaching around with your toes?
Oh, and then a group of council bin collectors stopped to assist, and they lent her a jumper to wipe her feet on after the failed attempt. Oh, who's lending her a jumper? I'd be like, you're on your own.
You can keep that, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So the owner of the keys, when she got her keys back, this a tradesman stopped and used like a magnet to get it. Apparently she was overwhelmed. She gave the electrician a big hug, and she tried to give the runner a hug, but I said don't, because I was covered in all sorts from the drain.
All sorts.
Minging. And by the way, Severn Trent Water advised on its website that members of the public should not attempt to access the drainage system. Okay, please don't do that. Oh my goodness.
You should only enter drains if you have been trained to do so.
Yeah, it says even though some manholes could be large enough for people to climb into, you should only enter them if you're trained to do so.
How do these end up on news sites? I can only assume someone's just posted a funny story on Instagram, and then I guess local reporters are like, can we turn this into a news story? I think my response, if I had anything like that, if I had someone that come to me like, can we turn this into a news story? I'd be like, no, get some actual news. This isn't news. This is a funny story. It's not news.
Well, with everything going on in the world, sometimes we need to see a runner up to her waist in a drain trying to grab somebody's keys with their feet.
That is true. That is what the world needs more of these days.
I know, yeah.
So fucking weird. Next up, a lot of people have sent this in. A lot of people are basically losing their minds over the LA Marathon. So they've got a new section on their website this year. And there's a section on there on the race info page that says, having a tough day. And basically, as the route goes past the finish line at mile 18, you can choose to turn off at mile 18, go across the finish and finish your race. Where you don't need to notify of anyone of the decision. You can just finish early. You can still receive your finisher medal, and your race results will be updated at a later date to reflect your time and mileage. So I guess there must be a timing map between 18 and 26, so they know you haven't done the full 26. But they did say the race results will say that you did 18 miles, you didn't do 26 miles. So no one's going to be claiming a false time, but you will receive a finisher medal for a marathon after only doing 18 miles, and people are going mental about it.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I thought I read somewhere about this, that it was because of the heat, that it can be really hot on those days. But you're running a marathon in LA for a start, but also, like, that's part of doing a race is the weather conditions. If it's a really hot day and you can't finish the race, you haven't done the marathon, you haven't finished it. I mean, good that at mile 18 there's an opportunity to like duck out and finish. You have to walk all the way back, but I don't understand why you should get a medal. You haven't finished. You just had to stop at mile 18, and that's okay, but you haven't finished a marathon.
But then, as you said before, like, you have paid for that medal, kind of.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, what's the point? I mean, yeah, okay, give medals to people, but it's weird, isn't it? It's just weird. I wouldn't want a medal.
It would be weird to want a medal.
Yeah.
After doing that, because the thing to say, it is trying to be quite nice about it. It says you'll still receive your medal. You'll be the results will be updated later. There is no shame in making a smart decision for your body. Now, absolutely, that's a good thing, but it is weird to offer the medal and to want a medal. But then, as other people have said, well, they've got a load of medals anyway. You might as well give them to people rather than just chuck them in the bin.
I guess so. I guess so. If people want, I don't know. It just seems weird. It just seems like a weird thing, and I don't know. I guess it encourages people not to push when it's really hot, which can be really dangerous if you push. If you start feeling unwell. But there just needs to be this change in mentality. Like, it's okay to DNF. Like, it's okay. You can't control the weather conditions. If you get a freakishly hot day, and you DNF, it's not the end of the world. Like, that's okay. But
you don't need a medal.
Yeah, you don't need a medal for that. It's okay. You can still say, I ran 18 miles. But why do you want a medal for that?
Yeah, there will be people saying, I did the LA Marathon, holding up their medal. And then way down in their Instagram caption will say, I ducked out 18 miles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, it's fine to do that. If you're posting about it, you need to put that up front.
Absolutely.
Kat Abigail Hardman sent this to us, and along with a message that said, I was lucky enough to run in Tokyo last Sunday and saw so many people who were very unwell from mile 20. In fact, to distract myself, I counted the number of vomiting people I passed. It was over 20. All were throwing up, then staggering a few more steps to try and make the next cutoff, which was strictly enforced to the second. I would expect nothing less from Tokyo. It was unexpectedly warm, got to 23 degrees in the later stages of the race for the back of packets. I assume she meant to call them back of packets. Packers, I think, probably, but I quite like back of packets.
Yeah.
I still don't quite know how I feel about getting a finisher medal for doing 70% of the race. Yeah, again, it should be. I would hope you wouldn't want one. I think they would offer it to you, and you'd be like, "No, thanks, that's fine. I don't need that. I haven't earned it."
Yeah. I get it. You know, if that's what it takes to get people to stop at mile 20 when they're not feeling good, then yeah, give them a medal. Fine.
Yeah.
But,
it's better than people throwing their guts up and going to hospital afterwards.
Yeah. It's just weird. But to offer it... Well, I guess this must be because in the LA Marathon, maybe they've had this every year, is people becoming really unwell, you know? And maybe that's why they've set it up like this, but I don't know. Right, final story. So the US Half Marathon, this is at the US Half Marathon Championship, so runners to be given prize money after being led off course. So this is a story about 3 athletes who were led off course, who were leading the US Half Marathon Championship, and that they're going to receive compensation after ultimately finishing well outside the top 3. So Jess McLean, who was comfortably leading the women's race, was taken off the main course alongside her closest challengers, Ida Kurgat, sorry if that's wrong, it probably is, and Emma Hurley. The race was won by Molly Bourne, who had been more than a minute behind. Oh gosh, that would suck as well, wouldn't it? To win.
I think she said that because she knew she was way behind, and then she got to the line, and there was the tape across, and like everyone's saying you've won. She's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Oh God, yeah. So apparently, organisers of the event in Atlanta said that police were assigned to mark out the route, but then they had to respond to an emergency call, which led to confusion from the lead vehicle. That sounds like. So that sounds like the police were on the course, but then they had to go because of an emergency, and the lead vehicle was like, what the hell, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, I think there was part of it as well. There was a bridge that is not usually open to traffic that they had to go over. And so they came up to this bridge and thought, oh, that's not open to traffic, so we need to go this other way. So I think there was something like that. So there was some confusion. It was, some bad communication, some bad planning there.
That's good, though. It's good that they're giving them compensation, because this is like a career for people.
Yeah, it was down to the local organisers. There was a mistake from them that caused this. But then the US Track and Field Association were saying there's kind of nothing in our rules that accounts for this. We can't change the results of the race. We can't rerun it. There's nothing in our rules that says we can change it. And while everyone is kicking off saying you need to change it, but they didn't win the race, so it's tricky. So yeah, someone has shelled out and paid them the money. And I think this was also being used as a qualifier. For the World Championships, I think. So but I think that qualification window is still open. So there's still another opportunity for them to run.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's a good thing they're taking accountability.
But it is nice as well. I've seen other people talking about it, and of all of the athletes, none of them are necessarily kicking off at the organisers or anything like that. They're all kind of concerned for each other, which is quite nice. Like, it was Molly Bourne who won the race. Her immediate reaction was like, I shouldn't have won this race. I don't deserve it. These women should have won it. And the other women like, well, me and these other two, we now don't get to qualify for this. And so it's all kind of very collegiate, and they're kind of, looking out for each other rather than just kicking off and thinking of themselves. I guess that's women's sport being nicer.
Stuart, what have you got coming up next? Are you going to be winning races that you don't deserve to win because the top 3 athletes were led off course?
No, I win races I don't deserve to win because no one else turns up.
Yeah.
That is how I win things generally. Okay. Hopefully I can do that again this year. I'm going to take another day off to do another awful track session. I think the Bondarenko is the next one, because this is how I have fun now. That's the kind of person I am. I've also got another fell race, last fell race of the winter season, hoping to get like a full season behind me. So that should be nice, and it's one I haven't done before, so get to find out about that. How about you?
I've got my final long run. Like I said, I've got to do 20 miles next weekend. Absolutely fucked my life. And then I'm tapering.
That is a lot. I haven't run that far in so long now.
I know.
I ran 14k with you the other week, and that's the longest I've run in months.
Yeah.
So the idea of doing more than double that horrifies me.
Yeah, it's not going to be particularly fun. So yeah, and then it's the Bowen it must be like 4 weeks from now or something. So that's 30 miles. So I think 20 miles is probably like a good distance. I don't think there's much point going much above 20 miles.
The last 10 miles are the easiest. That's what people always say.
Yeah, exactly. That would just be a breeze. Or rather, it's the hardest, but you don't want to know what that's like until you're actually doing it. So just ignore them, and then deal with it when it happens.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's it really. Doing my last training run, tapering, doing my race, going into my race, having actually done some training is mad. Like actually done training. Like I said, I don't think I've missed any training runs, any long runs at least. Anyway,
well,
so
I guess we'll see if it works.
I know. We'll see. If it doesn't work, then I can go back to how things used to be, and just not bother training. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's it. Bye.
We'll find out next time. Bye.
Bye.
Sweaty back butter.